Okay. I think I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, okay, good. So let us start very interesting topic today's webinar on this, especially on this reference material producer. So we all know very criticality and importance of this RMP or say reference material because see we are daily dealing with such a high cost activities over there in our laboratory or in our day-to-day laboratory work. Yes, anyone wants to ask something? Okay, no issues. I will continue. So let us understood what are the importance, what are the significance, and why it is so important in all cases that we can just see here. So let me first open my this, presentation. Okay, so let me give 1 minute only. Okay, so uh, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir, it's
Yes,
visible.
sir. Okay, good. Thank you so much. So, this is uh, the today's topic. So, we are just we are going to deal with such a very important and very critical this activity of reference material. Because see, we all in day-to-day routine activity, we all are struggling with this topic because see, management is really not very much happy to approve whatever the CRM cost involved, say every year or say round the year. Mr. Ajitesh Singh, can you just mute yourself? Yes, thank you so much. So our management, I'm also selling on the same platform, same boat. So I was also telling, so we all are required to convince our management for this such a high cost activity of purchasing of reference material or certified reference material. So why it is costing so much high? So there are so many concerns, so many activities, so many steps involved when we are entered into the reference material as a producer. So let us understand the topic. What are the requirement, standard requirement? Standard means ISO IC 17034. So that standard is says something, some typical guideline as a producer. So when we are dealing with the all these reference material as a producer, then we need to follow all these guidelines. So let us understand what are these guidelines and how we can just have good uh, friendship with all these guidelines. So let us have this friendship so that once we have this good tune up with all these requirement of the standard 17034, then we are able to produce whatever the reference material we are intended to in a good manner and in a very precise and accurate, traceable, all these qualities we can maintain over there. So let us go into that. Why it is important? Because see, nowadays we are on an average, if we are purchasing, if you are into the different areas like residue analysis or contaminant, so there are multiple means 100, 500 samples certified reference material you need to purchase. So previously, everyone has to purchase individual standard. Now, nowadays, the customized mixture is available, and the people, reference material producer, they are just as per demand, they are customize the mixture and they are producing and they are supplying to the who are intended to purchase that one. So that is another thing, but initially we need to purchase all these. Suppose we our scope says that there are 300 pesticides or say whatever the residues we are going to test in the pesticide residue analysis of any food or any other product over there. So in that case, we need to have purchase 300 pesticides, standards of 300 pesticides compound. So on an average, it is each pesticide standard is costing minimum minimum 7,000 to 8,000. So you can calculate if the 300 pesticides are in our accredited scope, then how much cost we need to spend on just purchasing the certified reference material. And that too, that certified reference material, pure standard, it is in milligram or same sub gram over there. Means 100 gram or say, not 100 gram, 1 gram, max 10 gram. Otherwise, you have to get it in the 500 milligram or say lower than that one, depending upon the that quality of that particular standard over there. So that one time use or say every year you need to go for the purchase of that. So instead of that, our country, our government, our Indian government, they have promoted, they have supported to all industries, and they have initiative this indigenous or say local reference material production. And they are, so that is a, we all know that our respected prime minister, they have call for the make in India products over there. So we are also here to support, for this very important and very useful initiative by our government, Indian government, that is Make in India project over there. So let us understand why it is required to have our own CRM, own RM, reference material. So developing reference material in India, it's initiative that is you can now it is very famous terminology, Bharatiya Nirdeshak Dravya, that is BNDs. So this government body, they are giving approval for the Indian reference material producer or say reference material or certified reference material. So it is very important for the creating a quality infrastructure, and that too, that robust quality infrastructure, because of which we can ensure about the accurate measurement, and it must be traceable to international unit of say SI. And important thing is to just supporting or boosting for our Indian government dream of Make in India. So let us uh, be a part of this Make in India project or say dream of our Indian government. So first of all, I would like to just congratulate, and I would like to support you and to go into this reference material production as a, and introduce yourself in this project as a reference material producer. So let us understand why it is important and why we are, if we are creating all this reference material in-house or say in our country, then there is a lot of benefit for we also and for our Indian government also. So why this local or Indian RMCRM is more important to develop by n number of people or n number of organization? Because see, promoting local reference material, we can reduce the import dependence. We all know that if you order, if you give the purchase order or say invoice or indent for the purchase of certified reference material, minimum 2 months time is required. So you have to wait for minimum 2 months, 8 weeks, and that too you have to first advance payment, you have to give the advance payment bank. There are a number of import formalities you need to follow, and you need to complete that first, then you will go for the purchase activity over there. So this is if we develop our indigenous certified reference material or reference material, then in this way, because of this development, we can reduce the import dependence on other countries. Then very important thing is very important. That is, we can save the foreign exchange. And nowadays it is very important. because see, we all know that how what is the rate of this today's rate of say US dollar. So and it is going, it is increasing day by day, because see, we know that all world is going through such a very critical phase. So there is no chance to get the lower rate of foreign currency over there. So we can save our foreign exchange and foster self-reliance also in various sectors. We all know that all the CRM reference material is required in all sectors, especially pharma, food, and many more sectors. You can say there are a number. We all know that. And then again, we can also driving our economic growth and global trade competitiveness. So now we are proving in all sectors, in all areas, that we are not uh, inferior than any country across the world platform over there. So this will also help to drive our economic growth and give our competitiveness in global trade market. So this is background why we are ourselves, we have to enter into the local or indigenous reference material producer. I believe in our country, say around 20-25 reference material producers are there. They are producing some reference material or certified reference material also, with the whatever the required traceability, accuracy, and reliability expected by the ISO IC 17034. It is maintained there. So if we understood all this importance and requirement, we can have the good hands up with the requirement, and we can produce a very good quality reference material. So let us understand how we can go into that one. So first, I will just give highlight about the whatever the important uh, requirements are there. Then also we will see some what are the disadvantage, or you can say pitfall, in the reference material producer activity, and what are the how we can avoid that one, that we can also discuss. And as Manish has given the agenda for the today's webinar, the time is really very low. Please excuse me, because see, I need to move fast, but still, if you have any question, we will request Manish Kumar or say QAI team secretariat to extend 5 or 10 minutes more. So let us understand what are the requirement, main object of the main requirement of the this very interesting and very useful standard. So it is an international standard set out for the requirement for reference material producers and helps to ensure the reliability, accuracy of the measurement of the reference material what we have produced by using this reference material producer activity over there. So is a we all know that I don't waste time to say importance about the reference material, because see, we all are I have just gone through the participant. All participants say they are into the into day to day, they are deal with the this reference material or say certified reference material. So what is the importance that I will not waste our all time, but it is in all sectors, on all industries, it is very important. So this ISO IC 17025, it is referred for the reference material producer, and it can demonstrate who are producer, their competency, expertise in producing reliable and traceable, internationally traceable reference material. So we have to go for the this implementation in a very proper and precise manner. And what are the standards is, we need to stick to the standard requirement, and we need to go for the this commitment for the quality, accuracy, and consistency of reference material what we are going to produce. This is also ensures about the confidence in their product end user, because see, we all know that this certified reference material is having very critical role for our customer. That means they are using our standard, our product to calibrate their equipment, to calibrate their method, to calibrate their or to ensure their quality of test result. So this is a very important uh, important thing for other also. So we have to ensure all the confidence about the our customer who are who shall have confidence on our product which we have producing with by following this ISO IC 17034. So this, if we ensure about the compliance of this 17034, then definitely we are committing that we will produce highest level of precision and contributing to the overall reliability and credibility of the industries where such a reference material will be going to use. It is a establishment of quality management system. We all know that for every standard, we have to be quality management system that is supporting to all requirement of this that particular standard. So it is giving some framework for the managing process, resources, documentation with the goal of consistency meeting. There are a number of requirements are there, but mainly we are focusing in today's webinar on especially homogeneity, stability, characterization, assigned value, uncertainty associated with that one, and that too labeling, distribution. All these are very important tasks. Here, no standard is asking you to do it all activities at your own. There is a standard is giving some facility for the you can subcontract some activity to other subcontractor, and you can take support from other people also to develop a good system in your premises, in your resources over there. So it is a traceability and uncertainty. All these we have to maintain in the reference material producer. So we have producer must establish and maintain the traceability to international and national measurement standard. That value assigned to reference material, it is directly related to those standard that is which are acceptable nationally and internationally also. So let us see. So what are the standard 17034 outlines for the requirement, general requirement for the producer of RM. So this is the main topic of this 17034 standard. So initially this standard was been into the place as ISO guide 35. These are then it is superseded by the 17034 and from 2016 onward. So it is supersede and a new standard has been developed, which is aligned with the requirement of ISO IC 17025. Then for the reference for statistical calculation, say characterization, homogeneity, stability, there is a separate standard which is being we have to refer, that is ISO 44301, ISO 44305. These two standards, they are basically being used for the as a supporting standard for the guidance for this all statistical design and say design of characterization, homogeneity and stability. So this is our main standard. We are just following the main title of the standard 17034 ISO IC 17034 is general requirements for the competency of reference material producer. So these are the requirement especially focusing on the for the competency of reference material producers. So let us see. So let us first understand what is the difference between reference material and certified reference material. So what is certified reference material? So reference material characterized by the metrological valid procedure for one or more specified properties, accompanied by a reference material certificate that provides the value of specified property with its associated uncertainty and statement of metrological traceability is known as certified reference material or CRM. It is a reference material, but having some unique characterization, unique traceability, unique properties. Let us understand now what is the certified reference material. Reference material is a material which is having the sufficiently homogeneous material, homogeneous as well as stable with respect to one or more specified properties. This is a common requirement for certified reference material as well as the reference material also. Material which has been established to be fit for its intended use in the measurement process is known as reference material. Here nowhere it is expected that it should be metrological traceable, it should associated with measurement uncertainty. These two very important difference, we if we understood, then we will majorly understand the significance or say production of reference material, whether and we can have the our say direction what we need to produce, that is whether reference material or certified reference material. So first understand the difference between the reference material as well as certified reference material. Then again, the certified value, that is also more important terminology that we need to understand. A value assigned to the property of the reference material that is accompanied by an uncertainty statement and a statement of metrological traceability identified as such in the reference material certificate. Means whatever the certified reference material is supported with the certified value, that is some X percentage, X ppm, X whatever the unit may be there, but whatever the concentration or characterization value is given, it is supported with the statement of uncertainty, accompanied with the uncertainty statement and statement of metrological traceability. So it is a reference, it is a certified value, we can say. The standard, as discussed just now, the standard is allowing for subcontracting of selected activities over there. So but let us understand first, RMP shall not subcontract the below activities. There are few activities that we cannot subcontract from other our subcontractor or say external provider. That is your production planning. Then selection of subcontractor, assignment of property value and their uncertainty, the authorization of property value and their uncertainty, and authorization of RM document. This activity has to be performed by reference material producer by his own by uh, he cannot or that RMP cannot subcontract these activities. So this is the first thing, production planning. So what is the production planning? So here you need to follow, you need to plan all an entire activity, right from purchase of your raw material or material required for the production of your reference material, starting it from purchasing, selection, that is selection, purchasing, then processing, how you are going to processing, then your purification, then assignment, assessment of homogeneity, stability, characterization, assigned value, uncertainty, all this chain of this all you have to first do the planning of all these things, from where you will selection of your raw material, from where you will get it purchased, how you after purchasing, how you will planning for the production, how you will go for the production and making, if it is purification is required, which purification activity is required, whether distillation, whether crystallization, there are a number of purification stages are there, or just crystallization or say purification, crystallization, all these distillation, fractional distillation, there are a number of production processes are there. You need to choose proper and you need to follow that one. Then all these planning stage, what are the minimum points to be addressed over there? So material selection, then verification of identity of material, maintaining suitable environment for the production, material processing, choice of measurement procedure, validation of measurement procedure, verification of calibration equipment, calibration of measuring equipment, specification for acceptance criteria, for the assessment of homogeneity, including sampling, specification, acceptance criteria for assessment of monitoring, assessment and monitoring of stability, including sampling. Then designing and organizing appropriate characterization, including sampling, assessing commutability, where if it is required or appropriate, assigning property value, then establishing uncertainty budgets and estimating uncertainty, defining as acceptance criteria for measurement level and their uncertainty, establishing metrological traceability if it is a certified reference material, issuing a reference material document, ensuring adequate storage and facility condition, then appropriate labeling, then packaging, and transport arrangement, ensuring appropriate transport arrangement to transport or to distribute our whatever the reference material we have produced, ensuring post-production stability monitoring if it is applicable, if it is a very sensitive, ensuring the adequate post-distribution services for the RM user. So these are the main processes you have to first document, make a record of this, all this production planning. Then next, you have to have the detailed information or study on the material handling and storage. So you need to make required arrangement for the ensure the integrity of the candidate RM. If you produce RM, but during handling and storage, you need to ensure that it will be the integrity of the that candidate RM will be taken care. So that precaution you need to, and how you will ensure that you need to have that procedure over there. Then material processing. So procedures for the material processing. So there is a n number of processes. So you need to identify by using which method, which processing method you will go for the this purification and production of the your reference material. Then material procedure, then these are the steps wise purification, synthesis, purification, whatever the incubation or transformation, what are the processes involved. Then your homogenization, proper handling, measurement of control of material processing, pre-treatment if required, cleaning or sterilization, processing equipment, stabilization, packaging, safety precaution. All these are whatever the process involved in that activity, you need to follow that one. Then next, metrological traceability for the certified values. So when CRM is produced, then metrological traceability is the most important as, factor for this compliance as per the 17025. So reference material producers shall provide evidence of metrological traceability. That is, unbroken chain of calibration has been, metrological traceability has been maintained in all steps of production, right from purchase to production. Then next important step is assessment of homogeneity. So why it is required? Why homogeneity is so much important and so much critical? Yes. So if the material is not found to be homogeneous, then who are the end user? They will not get the homogeneous material, and everyone will get the different result. Different whatever the, so there is no any uniformity. So before distribution, before going for the distribution or to the our customer or client or reference material user, our first responsibility, that material should be homogeneous. So in case of liquid reference material, homogeneity is not so much challenging to anyone. But in case of your solid or say powder form, it is very important to maintain the homogeneity, and it is a really challenging task for everyone. So let us understand how we will go for the homogeneity. So RMP shall carry out the assessment of homogeneity of any candidate RM. It's, and that very important, at final packaged stage to ensure the fitness for purpose. That means once you prepare all these reference material, you cannot establish or you cannot assess the homogeneity at this stage. No, you suppose you have prepared 100 vial or 100 pack a batch of say particular reference material or certified reference material. So make the 100 bottle, 100 ampule or 100 vial, whatever it may be. So 100 in number, 100 number of your RM bottles or products 1 to 100, then systematically there are various method to for the sampling of this within the bottle and between the bottle. So when we are going to the detail, we will see this, and on the basis of within the bottle and between the bottle, you can assess the homogeneity and you can confirm whether it is a having the good homogeneity, whether it is a, we can conclude that it is a homogeneous material. Then and only, and after packaged condition, packaged form, final packaged form, ready for the dispatch. At that level, you need to select the sample. Say suppose it is a 100 vial or 100 bottle batch. So according to our sampling plan, we need to select randomly or stratified randomly or whatever the criteria we are choosing at that time. So we have to prepare, we need to select the bottles, and from that each within the bottle we need to have homogeneity, and between the bottle. All this, that variation between the within the bottle and between the bottle, it is, you can conclude that homogeneity, about the homogeneity. So when the material is produced in multiple batches, the equivalence of the batches shall be demonstrated for the homogeneity of each batch and shall be, we need to evaluate separately. Validated measurement procedure shall be selected so that precision and selectivity are confirmed to for the fit for the purpose requirement. So for certified values, homogeneity shall be quantified as an uncertainty contribution. Yes, homogeneity is has to be taken as a uncertainty contribution to the certified value, and shall show the negligible, means as low as possible, that uncertainty behind the homogeneity activity, assessment of homogeneity, it should be as minimum as possible. So let's see, I will just quickly, I will show one example of, say, mm, our how we can calculate the homogeneity. Uh, uh, are you able to see this? Sorry, just a moment.
Yes, slides stop share, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no. I'm just opening Excel sheet. Just a moment. Are you able to see my screen, this Excel sheet?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here you can see, we left side there are two columns. There are two values, means values in duplicate I have taken here, or set in duplicate. See, you can see. So by using this duplicate analysis, I have selected, say, there are around 12 number of bottles are there. So we have taken this duplicate analysis of each bottle, say 100 number of there. It is not clear. Just for your understanding, I am giving this, I am showing this Excel sheet over there. How the statistical calculation, see, homogeneity using the one-way ANOVA, that statistical technique we are using here. So duplicate analysis, you can see there, duplicate analysis we have considered here. And just by using this one-way ANOVA, we have calculated this summary, one-way ANOVA summary, and we got this all this one-way ANOVA source of variance, where it is nothing but the difference between the variation, that is between the group and within the group, that is between the bottle or within the bottle. There is a criteria. The data is deemed to be homogeneous as the F value is less than F critical. See, F value, it is F value and it is F critical. So here F value is less than F critical, and this P value, it is more than 0.05 at 95% confidence level. So if the criteria is met, then we can conclude that yes, it has a, we can ensure that it is a sufficient, homogeneity is sufficient. So here we can put the remark of that homogeneity passes. I believe, I know that within say 2 or 3 minutes we cannot make it export in homogeneity calculation, but just for your understanding, I have shown that how the statistical calculations can help us by doing, or otherwise there is a manual calculation method is also there. So we don't have that much time. Otherwise, I can also able to explain you how we can go for the manual calculation also. So let us understand, try to understand. This is the one of the statistical technique we can use for the this fast assessment of this homogeneity. So here, what criteria we are using? This criteria as per 44305 guide 35. You can say this. Okay. So let us come to now our regular. You are able to see this previous slide. Are you able to see this
Yes, sir.
slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, good. Thank you so much. So now this is about the homogeneity. Now let us, the next important is our this stability. So material, like we are ensuring that it should be homogeneous. Likewise, it should be separate, stable. So we need to, the more important that is we have to have assessment of and monitoring of stability study. So there are basically two type of stability we need to go for the. One is short-term stability and another is long-term stability. So short-term stability, that is considered for the as a transportation stability. So we are going to transport our reference material to entire entire country or entire world, whatever the our say uh, domain, or say our client domain is there. So we need to ensure that during transportation, our stability reference material should have the same stability throughout the transportation or throughout the distribution period. For that purpose, there is a standard guideline. We need to have that, we need to fulfill that guideline, and we need to complete the, and we need to ensure about the stability. This is about short-term stability. Similarly, long-term stability also there. Because see, long-term stability is directly responsible for the date, expiry date. We all know that we are very much interested in the expiry date of that particular certified reference material, because after that date you cannot use that, whether it is having high cost material, but standard is not allowing that expired chemical you cannot use for your regular work or any work. So that is why that expiry date is very critical and very important to everyone who is using any reference material or certified reference material. So that expiry date we can estimate by using the stability study, actual stability study. Okay, how much period the material or the reference material is found to be stable. That stability by doing the long term stability study. So that there are two stability study. We have to ensure that during transportation also, because the transportation conditions are very much varied condition. Moisture is, sorry, humidity is different, temperature is different across the transportation or distribution cycle. So that you need to ensure that. For that purpose, many reference material producer, they are going for the actual distribution of reference material to four corner of our country. See, there are people, they are doing sincerely, because see, we cannot, everything we cannot extrapolate. Means doing, considering the country maximum temperature 40 degrees centigrade, then you will go for the stability study, say coming 2 months, 3 months, whatever the period, and you are doing it as a accelerated temperature, that is 45 degrees centigrade. So that is the one of the way, one of the method. But people are also choosing the actual transportation of that particular reference material to particular that area. So that is, of course, you need to take call, and it is depending upon the nature of your reference material. So this is the two type of measure stability, that is short-term stability and long-term stability. So we need to have this assessment and monitoring, and we need to confirm that the reference material or certified reference material found to be stable. So stability, of course, all these activity has to be experimentally performed over there. Then next important terms is characterization. That is your property value, assignment of property value. Property value means your actual exact concentration of that particular reference material or certified reference material. That is nothing but the characterization. So RMP shall clearly define whether quantitative or qualitative property will be considered as a characterization value that we need to define and detect. Then there are requirement from the standards. So whatever the measurement procedure you are using, that should be validated method. It should be standard internationally approved method. Then there are the measurement should be operational or either operational or non-operational. So depending upon that, you can consider the characterization. After characterization, you have to go for the assignment of property value along with their uncertainties. So uncertainties, what are the contribution for the uncertainties? So that is what are the important steps? That is homogeneity, stability, as well as characterization. So all three these important aspects has to be considered while estimating your uncertainty of your property value. So these are the requirement. So certified values, minimum uncertainty contribution, what are that? That characterization. Then between unit and within unit homogeneity, that is our homogeneity, and changes in the property value during the storage, that is your stability. These are the main three contributing factor, uh, and changes in the property during the transport, that is long term and short term stability. So these are the main uh, contributor for the consideration of the uncertainty as a uncertainty contribution. And then next most important is RM document and its label. So whatever the in case of reference material, we need to have RM certificate or say production information sheet. Certified reference material is with the for the certified reference material. That is certificate of reference material. Here, in case of reference material certificate, or you can say product information sheet, it shall include the minimum below information, that is title of document, unique identifier of RM, the name of reference material, the name of the contact detail of the reference material producer, what is their intended use, minimum sample size, period of validity, storage information, instruction for handling and use that are sufficient to ensure the integrity of the material. Then page number, total page number, document version, information on commutability of the material where appropriate. Then description of the CRM, then your property of interest, property value and associated uncertainty, measurement procedure for operationally defined measure and metrological traceability of the certified reference material, name and function of the RMP's approving officer, that is authorized signatory in case of our test report. So this is the RM document and label. That label and more important, whatever the label we are putting on our reference material items, that should be all the time. It should be legible. Anyone can read it properly during storage, during transport, anywhere. Means there are number of cases observed during the assessment that everything is maintained properly, but during storage, whatever the label put to that particular reference material, it is not found to be readable or legible during storage because of this low temperature, some moisture vapors, that label gets disappear. So that care has to be taken by the reference material. That is why it is very important concept discussion and a very important requirement over there. Then about the next last topic, that is the distribution service. So distribution service shall be specified including precautions for the to avoid the deterioration of reference material. So whatever the processes, we have to get the good distribution services, and we need to share all the important information to the distribution service who is providing distribution service for the distribution over there. So RMP shall determine the condition of shipment and ensure that appropriate documentation is provided to allow the custom clearance. If the custom clearance is required, it is our requirement, it is our duty to give the appropriate documentation. Then to notify user any change in the property value or uncertainty within the validity period, how your RM user can take care in case of say validity period is expired, then how that information sheet can reflect that information over there. Then this is our quality control part, that is a quality and technical record, control of the quality and technical record, all record which is important in case of all the stages of reference material producer. It shall be securely stored and it should be stored in with the appropriate confidence. Then have reference material producer must have procedures to protect the all this information, all these records, whether it is available electronically and whatever the data held in the soft. So that access should be it is controlled access, and unauthorized access should not be there, because see, there shall not be any chances of any amendment in the data or something like that. So likewise, what we have discussed, there are three reference standards document we need to follow when we are following, when we are implementing ISO IC 17034. There are three documents, that is ISO Guide 30, that is reference material, that is for the selected terms and definitions. Then your ISO 44301, that is reference material content of certificate label and accompanying document. What should be the label, what minimum information should be contained by the certificate of this, and 44305, that is reference material approaches for the characterization and assessment of homogeneity and stability. So that is a statistical guideline is available in this guide 35, that is your 44305 document. So this is about the what are the reference document we need to refer during the this all these processes there. So now uh, if any question, then we will take one or two questions about the whatever the discuss what the topic we have discussed about the this reference material producer as a. I think someone has
Thank
raised
you, sir.
hand during this discussion. Yes,
Yeah,
anyone?
sir. First, we'll have a QA accreditation process. Then we'll take QA session.
Yeah, yeah, no issue, no issue. Yes, yes, yes. Please go ahead.
So now I request my colleague, Miss Geeta, to take QA accreditation process. Geeta, are you there?
Please sir, initiate the process right beginning the stage.
Please share the screen and to take the QA accreditation process.
Yeah, sharing, sir. My screen is visible, sir.
Yes, Miss Geeta.
Yes, yes, Geeta, it is visible.
Okay. Now we will begin with the accreditation process for RMP. So now who can apply? So a reference material producers implementing the requirements of ISO 17034 is eligible to apply under QI accreditation program for reference material producers. Now, eligibility for QI accreditation. The applicant CAB must comply with all clauses of 17034-2016. The applicant RMP must have participated satisfactorily in the proficiency testing program, wherever applicable, conducted by APEC or any other national or international accredited recognized PT provider. In case if there is no suitable PT program is available, the CAP can initiate an inter-laboratory comparison test, that is ILC, with adequate number of accredited laboratories or engage into other types of internal quality control checks. The applicant RMP must have conducted at least one internal audit and a management review before the submission of application. So one internal audit and one RM is mandatory for the submission of the application. Now, steps to achieve QI accreditation. Applicant RMP is requested to submit the following along with the application form, like that is available on our website. You have to submit a copy of self-assessment cum management system documentation review toolkit along with reference document. That is our internal document, which is provided in by us. Soft copy of quality manual management system documentation, prescribed application fee, and a soft copy of signed QA-CIA 002, that is terms and conditions for maintaining QA-CIA accreditation. And all the above information shall be sent to the given email ID, that is info@qi.org.in. No hard copies are needed. All things to be done through the mail. Now the scope of accreditation. So currently we are giving in the following categories, that is chemical composition, biological and clinical properties, physical properties, miscellaneous properties. So these are the subcategories for the chemical composition, example, metal, inorganic reference material, organic reference materials. These for the biological and clinical properties, physical properties, engineering properties, and miscellaneous. Now this is our accreditation process. So first, application plus self-assessment cum management system documentation review toolkit along with the quality management system documentation and terms and condition. This to be submitted by the RMP. Then the next step is we review registration and acknowledgement of application. That is to be done by the QA-CI Secretariat. Third is document review and quality management system adequacy. This is to be done by the lead assessor. Then pre-assessment, that is completely optional, that to be done by the lead assessor assessment team. If an applicant RMP said that they want pre-assessment, then we'll do, and otherwise it is completely optional. Then the final assessment by assessment team. Then review of assessment report, this is to be done by the QA-CI Secretariat. Then feedback to RMP and necessary corrective action taken by RMP. Recommendation for accreditation, that is to be done by the panel of reviewers. Then approval for accreditation is to be done by our CEO. Then issue of accreditation certificate, that is to be done by the QA-CI Secretariat. Again, you have to apply for the renewal of accreditation for your RMP before 4 months before expiry of accreditation to continue the continuity of your accreditation. Now the fee structure based on the World Bank income level classification of countries, and for the detailed fee structure, you can mail us to info@qi.org.in. So if you have any questions regarding accreditation process, you can ask here or you can mail us to info@qi.org.in. And for more information or to see the accredited RMP scope, you can visit our website, that is www.qi.org.in. That's all from my side.
For briefing them QA accreditation process. Now we are open for the query and doubts. So I'm giving you right to unmute yourself. You may unmute yourself and you may ask your question. Mr. Pradeep have one query. Sir, explain one homogeneity.
Sorry, can you just please repeat the question?
He want to explain you homogeneity.
See, there are so many calculations involved in that one. So within this short time, we cannot take that homogeneity into detail. But if you are really interested, you can refer this 44305 standard. There it is clearly mentioned that Uh, Yeah, sorry. Yes, I agree. I just wanted to clear on that. That 44305, it is bad typographical mistake. It is 33405. That standard, what I have given that reference standard there, that is guide 35. That was this. I will just open that. Thank you for this showing me that during this flow I cannot identify that one, but here. One typographical mistake that I need to correct it first. So here some typographical mistake was there. So that standard is not 401. Sorry, again 401 and 405. 40. Yeah, now this is correct now. So there was some typographical mistake. I was previously typed as a 44305 and 301, but it is 33401, 33405. That exactly. So thank you. That in the flow, I really can't get it recognized. So now let us. Yeah, any question is there? So we can go for the question. With this 2-3 minutes we can spare for the question, or otherwise about that pitfall. What are the risk you can say in that one? What are the risk areas where in the especially in case of reference material production that we need to have that quick round on that pitfalls in case of reference material producer. Before that, if any questions are there, please, you can just update what are the questions you would like to ask. Okay, if no question, then we can go for the this next topic, that is pitfall. What shall be the pitfall? So there are the particular steps which are important. There only we can have some risk or say pitfalls. So very important, that is homogeneity, stability, then uncertainty measurement. If your documentation is not so much good, there are also some risk or some pitfalls maybe happened over there. Then any incorrect statistical application, statistical model we have used for any activity, there are chances for the to observe any pitfall over there. Then logistical error also. That maybe because of this area we can have this uh, accuracy can be will be compromised and leading to the unreliable analytical result, and regulatory issues may be observed. So what are the let us see one by one case wise, that is what may be the production and during production and characterization. So insufficient homogeneity and stability testing. So not thoroughly studying uniformity and shelf life can lead to inconsistent values over the time. So if stability is not conducted or not assessed very precisely, very correctly, then there are you will identify some shelf life or validity issue over there. Misapplication of statistics. If you are incorrectly apply any statistical model which is not giving whatever the required calculations for the particular homogeneity, stability, characterization, assigned value, or say uncertainty. So it may give some wrong analysis, wrong conclusion over there. Then matrix mismatch, that is also one of the common. So when we are producing any RM, So metrics background, it shall be the real world sample causing poor detection, response, and analytical interference in your this measurement process over there. Then if matrix is not properly, means it is not really of good quality, then impurity issues may be observed over there. That is failing into the identity, or say any impurities may impact on your final value, which can change the or modify the results over there. Then underestimating uncertainty, reporting values with the uncertainty range that are too narrow, not fully reflecting all sources, then there may be underestimation of uncertainty. So it may also have some specific risk pertaining to the whatever the uncertainty we are estimating for this your assigned value. Then other important areas, incomplete or incorrect COA or label. Label is not proper, correct label is not there. There are certain risks we can identify over there. Lack of traceability. Traceability also not ensured very properly, and we are claiming that it is a certified reference material. Then there may be some regulatory issue we need to face. Then not proper storage, or say uses of storage instructions over there. So that may also create some risk, or say some disadvantage or some negative things over there. Then that may impact on your expiration date, means by error into the expiration date. Then incorrect application, if you do, then application of the reference material. So that application we have not properly identified over there, then maybe it can be incorrectly used for another purpose, and that will also create some risk or pitfalls over there. Then client misunderstanding. So then that these are the common areas where we can have some risk identification over there. Follow standard. Then rigorous testing is also there. Detailed documentation is not, if it is not been done properly. Then metrics, we have seen that metrics matching is also not properly done. Then whatever the education we are expecting for the our reference material staff, we are going to say authorize for the reference material production, that must be have some enough education as well as enough qualification and training. So this is all about reference material producer. What are the requirement? What are the minimum guideline you need to follow? So wish you all the best, and thank you so much for your good attention.
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
Manish,
So,
over from
you
my
people
side.
have still have doubts, query and doubts. You may
Yeah, yeah,
ask.
please, please. Yeah, please, please.
Otherwise, we can have one group photograph also. I request
Yeah,
everyone to please switch on a camera. Please switch on a camera for group photograph. Okay. So, are you ready? Please smile. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you, Manish.
Thank you
Thank you
for
so
your
much.
wonderful session. So, the session is over now. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.